What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Tuesday. Big day. Let me tell you something. Big day. Let me share the show right now. Let's make sure I get it shared up right now. Let me see who's in the building. Let me see who's gonna be the first people to sign up today. I know who two of them gonna be. Them two, hey, my two favorite guys in the world. That Daryl Anderson and that is Moody. They don't play. They don't play about this chop shop. They like me about the chop shop. I didn't mean to do that. Now I'm sharing the show. If you see me looking down, I'm sharing the show right now on my device. I'm going over to YouTube right now. I'm going to share the show from YouTube. Have to do this manually every day because it's a whole studio feed going. But I want to do my personal, so let the people that I know say, look, hey y'all, it's going down on the Chop Shop today. I got some things I want to share with y'all. Enjoyed myself. One of my friends, Ryan, called me and said, "Man, you seem like you really enjoyed yourself at watching basketball this week," and I really did. Going to be there. Yeah, they sending me stuff right now, and I really had a good time. Week fall, I don't know why you wasn't there. I don't know. You probably was busy. But I really enjoyed myself. Uh, just trying to see the next generation and what they got going on. You know, I'm serious. For the last couple of years, I kind of backed up off it a little bit because the people in this basketball community was kind of getting on my nerves. They were. They was trying to get. I just saw so much. I just didn't see. I didn't see the urgency of looking out for our next generation. I just didn't see it, and looking out for the development. Yes, yes, people be having people do this for business. People do this for this. We got all kind of people. We got the video guy. We got the evaluation guy. We got the event operator. We got everybody in there. But being a person who had a son that grew up in this environment, I just got I have to look out for them. I got to look out. You know, I got to think about the kids and their families. I mean, the parents and their families. I'm sitting there thinking about them. When every time I think about a show, I don't always talk about high school basketball, but I try to talk about the whole life of the student athlete or the kid that's not the student athlete. The kid that I want people to be able to come on this show, even if your kid's not an athlete, even if you don't have no kids, you should be able to come on this show and get something uh, 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 that you can impart in somebody in our next generation. You follow me? So it's gate like today, right? I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting. Share the show, everybody. Let me make sure everybody's sharing the show. I'm just sitting there reflecting right now, thinking about Alfio Vizi, right? He used to be on the show every day, and he was an instructor at the Legacy School of Sports and Sciences. and he had a sports marketing class at this time, and he had those kids tuned in. Alfio resigned from Legacy. Now he's at a school in San Antonio because he lived in San Antonio. He was making the trek back and forth every day. And we don't understand the commitment that some of these people have in doing things for our sons and doing things for our daughters. And sometimes we just don't understand the commitment that these people, Alfio, man, I'm gonna miss that school. I don't know who the instructor there is now, but we had a group of young kids in class taking notes from this class. For those kids will forever be changed by the information that they got off this show. What's up, Paul Miranda? What's up, Eric? Did I shout out to everybody? What's up, Brad? What's up, Brandon? What's up, Thaddeus Moody? What's up, D. Holcomb? I see y'all. Share the show. Because it's going to be a legend, but Alfio took another position. Man, I ain't going to lie, it broke my heart. And not just because he left, because the kids, is the new instructor going to come on here and have the wherewithal to say, look, Robert Hatter got information that I don't have. Jim Hicks got information I don't have. And these kids need that information. Boy, I don't think y'all got that one. Boy, oh boy. Oh boy, let me see. I'm right here. Yeah, right here. I don't think y'all got it. But I was just thinking about that. What's up, Chad? I was just thinking about that, Chad. See, y'all, my thoughts, man. I got my thoughts. My ladies and gentlemen, Chad Growth, Brian Boatwright, Paul Miranda, Eric Harrison. We got so much stuff inside of us, and we got to get it out to the people. We don't want to be generational thieves. The next generation should know what you're doing, Chad. Chad, they got to know that you got up out your bed and flew down here just to see our kids, all the way from Arizona. What began as a relationship 25 years ago, Chad, when Penny got traded to Phoenix, him and Jason Kidd formed Backcourt 2000. I moved out there, and we got to hanging out and going 25 years ago, Chad, Backcourt 2000. And 25 years later, you coming to Houston and watching our kids and gonna talk to the West Coast about our kids. Do y'all understand what's going on? What's up there, Mr. Johnson? What's up, Barry McDonald? Barry McDonald, Robert Hatter's going to be on one today. I'm just going to tell y'all because I'm appreciative of every last one of y'all. When I see y'all names pop up on the screen, I smile. Barry, I ain't seen you. You usually be here every day. I know you must be busy. Brian Boatwright, when I see your name pop up on the screen, I know every day it's two guys going to beat everybody on this screen every day. Daryl Anderson, Thaddeus Moody, D. Holcomb. It's four guys. Daryl Anderson, Thaddeus Moody, D. Holcomb, and Brandon Weefall. They going to be the top five guys. And then Brad Kimball been coming on right there with them. Man, I appreciate it. Then I look up John Wall, a young kid that I saw played against my summer team and killed our summer team. Announced his retirement from basketball yesterday. He was the first pick in the 2010 by the Wizards. 5-time NBA All-Star, 11 seasons in the NBA. It's a great career. Look at Chad said, wow, time flies so fast. I never thought of it. We still have heart and passion for what we do. Of course, Chad. I know you don't think about it, Chad. Me being a historian, I have to think about it. Because I appreciate what you're doing, man. You wasn't doing this back then. But 25 years ago, you met a guy that represented one of the top players in the world, and I know you can tell him, I treated you like you was a star too. I try to treat everybody, man. I don't, man. Like I teach my son. I don't care if you're the janitor or the CEO. I'm gonna treat you right. Now, if you're out of pocket now, I'm gonna straighten you. I'm gonna voice my opinion now. If you're out of pocket now. But Chad, yes, 25 years, backcourt 2000. LeBron James is back on the golf course. He falling in love with this game. I brought this for you, share to show everybody. It's gonna be a crazy, crazy show today. Let me see. I know I got LeBron James up there somewhere. Watch it. He enjoying this game. I told y'all about this game. Watch this.
We've been playing a bet. There you go. Oh my!
Ron got the hit again. Ron got the hit again. Ron got the hit again, motherfucker. I'm glad they beeped him out. Yo, let me tell y'all this secret. Golf and sex are two things you don't have to be good at to enjoy. He's not good at golf, but he's enjoying it. Look at him. Can't play dead in a Tarzan movie.
We've been playing a bet. There you go.
Oh my!
Ron got the hit again. Ron got the hit again. Ron got the hit again, motherfucker. But I promise you, remember I told you on this show today, mark this down, splice this out. He's going to be great at this game. You know why? You know why he's going to get into this game? Golf is a game that you can buy. You can't buy a basketball game, parents. All my parents was at the Ruck on the Wood. You can't buy that game. That game is blood, sweat. But golf, you can buy it. You can get the best teachers, the best equipment, the best training, the best. And he gonna be good. Remember, I told y'all this now. All you gotta do is look at the Golf Pro Tour. All the people on there is white. Most of them got money. Golf is expensive. Set of good clubs gonna cost you $5,000. And the balls, if you top of the line, now if you're a beginner, don't spend that kind of money. But if you good, $5,000, easy. But most of them pros, they don't have to pay for their equipment. But you're coming up, somebody got to foot that bill. They got to fit that bill. LeBron James gonna get good at this game. And y'all know, I was sitting there and Chad said, he said they don't understand. Yes, people understand. But Chad, what we got to understand is when you're talking about this kind of stuff that I talk about on this show, everybody ain't gonna get it. Everybody don't want it. People want to be entertained. People want to say this. People want you to, if we was messy, every time when me and Jimmy used to be talking crazy to each other and talking back and forth, but guess what? Everybody texting their friends. Girl, they on there talking. They like stupid stuff. We don't even want them no more. Them people who like that, we don't even want them. We building something on this show that's gonna last. All them people, that's why I don't care. You know what? I don't care about how many people come on. I want the right people. What Jay-Z said, I don't buy the bright watch, I buy the right watch. I want the right people on this show. Chad. The people who gonna call their friend, hey man, you better get like Thaddeus Moody told Eric Harris. These kind of people. Y'all got to realize we live in a world now. We now have opinion-led news, not news-led opinion. Oh my God. Oh, somebody tweet that for me. Oh my God. I'm talking about sports news, whatever. I mean, any kind of news. We now have opinion-led news instead of news-led opinion. Dad Moody, did you get that? Some news happening out there, and then we give an opinion about it. Now we got an opinion, and the opinion is the news. Ladies and gentlemen, every day when I talk on this show, I be trying to leave you with some homework. Some lessons. See, some lessons are best caught versus taught. Oh, Robert, what? Where you get this from, Robert? Hey, y'all, them parents this weekend energized me. Them parents, them 9th grade parents, 10th grade parents, I didn't see y'all, but I love y'all anyway. I'm going to get to know some of y'all. But those 9th grade parents at the Ruck on the Wood that people was trying to get me not to come, and I said, okay. Now, I had some business. I said, let me put the business aside. Now, I didn't go see the 10th graders because, I had to get to that golf course. I just needed to. Had to get my mind right. Dad, some lessons are best caught versus taught. Some of my best lessons I learned in the school of hard knocks. Because I said, how does this apply to me? How does this apply to me? What is my homework? I want to make you think. I want to make you reflect. I want you to have a lesson to take away. Sometimes I don't feel like coming on here doing this show. Can y'all imagine that? Sometimes, if I don't say a prayer before I come on this show every day, I'd be lost. See, what I'm finding out about people, that it's impossible to learn something you think you already know. And I advise to y'all. I came on here at the end of the show yesterday because something was on my heart. Something was on my heart yesterday, Eric. Because I know how we are. I know how we are. I heard Jimmy, I heard a word, and I listened to Jimmy, and I sit there. See, when people talk, I just don't listen. I try to see the spirit behind the words. I was talking about the 9th grader, Isaiah Wright, and we was just talking about how we got to push one first, and we push one, he opened the door, then everybody else, all of us can't be going around here talking about, well, he ain't, listen, all I'm telling y'all, in the future, and I know some of y'all probably on this feed right now, y'all talk about players different, y'all, have y'all noticed? I don't never talk to anybody who ever talked to me on the phone. They have never heard me talk negative about a player. Ever. Ever. Robbie, you too positive. Because I can always see something great in somebody. Everybody tell me about what he can't do. I go and look and see what he can do. Parents, I don't want to hear about what he can't do. We gonna work on that. Hey, son, watch it. Why is it that you got to dim my light for yours to shine? Everybody on here know I'm gonna support everybody that's in our sphere of influence. And the reason I do that, because that's the way I am, and I want y'all to be like me. Don't ever, ladies and gentlemen, repeat as a fact when you have not confirmed as truth. We got people out here repeating things like it's facts, but they have not confirmed it as truth. Reese Austin, ladies and gentlemen, from what I've seen and from what I've talked to other people, is the best point guard in the state of Texas. But we got guys around here to talk about he doesn't do this well, and about other point guards who's supposed to be better. Put him in a room. Let's go. Put him up against him. Then you got Dallas. They push their kid to the Beckham Black kid. They don't agree, but they pushed him to the top. I know Paul and them don't agree, because Paul don't agree with nobody. What's wrong with that? How does it hurt you? All your opinion guys behind, he played for something, he played for this. See, I told y'all, I be the conductor of the orchestra. And y'all, I take the hits for y'all. Because if you want to lead the orchestra, that means I got to turn my back on the crowd. I can't go by what they say. That's when I go in the gym. Don't you give me your opinion about no player, because I'm going to be harder on that player. So don't say nothing to me. If Sonya tell me, Robert, I need you to go see him. Sonya, I'm going to walk in there. Robert, he this, he did. Sonya, I'm going to walk in there like this him. I'm going to be expecting something from him because of what you said. So just leave me alone. I'm walking in there. I just want to see who these people are. I just want to see. I enjoyed myself. That's my favorite rucker on the wood. I enjoyed myself because I saw the parents. They stayed out the way. Wasn't nobody and barking out orders to the kid out there. Paul? They might have did it on the way home, but if they watched this show, I told y'all, only thing I hate that I didn't take the chance to talk to all them parents. If I hadn't, ninth grade parents, please, if somebody watching this, every kid that went in there, make sure these people start watching this show. Harold Tillman, on my way to UTSA, my daughter's entering her freshman year majoring in physical therapy. Shout out to you. What's your daughter's name so we can shout out to her? Kirk Collins, what's up, man? Kirk Collins, Kirk, I'm gonna always be why. Kirk Collins, I'll take the hits. Cause if I want to lead the orchestra, I got to turn my back on the crowd. See, what I've learned though, Harold, Tim, give her your daughter's name so we can know. You know why I want to call her by name? Because we got a special word for her. Guess what? I never forget in the Bible, right? Some scholars were telling me the reason Jesus called Lazarus by name to come out the grave, Lazarus he didn't just say everybody come out, because if he didn't call him by name, everybody would have got out the grave. So he had to call Lazarus because he's Jesus. All he had to do was say, get out the grave. Everybody would have got out the grave. So he said, Lazarus, come forth. So we want to shout out to your daughter. Eric Harris. Lauren, go get him, girl. Go get him. I need somebody to work on these old bones. Go get him. PT, physical therapy. That's what they call it, Harold. They call it PT. Eric Harris, let me put what he said on the board. Let me put it up there. He said, Chicago, stop doing that, Robert. We used to push our best through men like Mac Irvin, who blessed a lot of the young men and showcased them. Folk in Chicago wanted to compete against them, and they hated. Yeah, Lauren Tillman, you rock, Lauren. You the best physical therapist the world gonna ever see. They're going to be talking about you all over the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, and everybody want your services. I'm putting it in the air. But I was thinking about something, Harold. I was watching, because in the business world, you talk to business people, and and y'all got to hear this. There is more capital out there, capital money out there than there are opportunities. This between us now. Watch this. They just don't look at us as business opportunities. They like to look at us as philanthropical, like they give, as opposed to seeing us as a place to do business and people to do business with. Did you get that one? See, I got to give you stuff like that, so when you see it, come do business with me. Don't give me nothing. Don't give me no charity. Come do business with me. Cause I'm gonna be so great that you're gonna want to go do business with me. Don't give me no handouts. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to start. You got to make up your mind, man, that you don't want to leave this show the same way you came in. I don't leave it the same way I came in. It don't make no sense coming on this show, being all depressed, and then leaving depressed. Get something. Some of y'all just come on here with your mind made up. Ladies and gentlemen, it don't make no sense listening to this show and go away without getting nothing. See, I can't let people come on here and control the show, Eric. See, when people can't control you, they try to control people's view of you. This show is rhetoric free. We just come in and we dialogue and we listen and we learn. Ladies and gentlemen, we are drowning in information while starving for wisdom. We got a lot of information. I can give you some information to teach you how to go and rob a bank. But wisdom gonna tell you, no, I can't do this because I'm gonna go to jail. We're drowning in information while starving for wisdom. Y'all, I can't tell you how reinvigorating it is to have this many people engaged at the same time in a real-time talk through. It's reinvigorating to me. Because I learned. I forgot where I got it from. I learned this. Rivers do not drink their own water. Trees do not eat their own fruit. The sun don't shine on itself. Brother Tillman, Lauren, a flower does not spread its fragrance for themselves. Living for others is a rule of nature. I do this for y'all. I ain't got no more sons. I ain't got no kids. Living for others is a rule of nature. We are born to help each other. It don't matter how difficult it is. Life is good when you're happy, but much better when others are happy because of you. Boy. And all you people always get mad at people all the time. Summer basketball. Watch this. Share the show. Let's start getting even with people that help you, not the ones who hurt you. Oh my God. I like that. I'm going to write that one down. I'm going to write that one down for myself. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to write that down for myself. What's up, Drones? Drones. You have people always mad at people. I know in your position. I know. We need to start getting even with the people who helped us. Let's get even with them, not the ones who hurt you. Jones, I'm glad you're here, man. You got to help me. You got to walk me through this one. Because I haven't got through this Dylan Gabriel stuff and how it's going on. Maybe we can talk a little bit later. But I saw Colin Cowherd. I just saw the clips of it. And I want to encourage him to not run Shadur's Sanders' character through the mud. You have the freedom to critique his quarterback play all you want to. But calling him silly and goofy is a false narrative. Be mindful of that. I can't just let you just keep on saying stuff about the kid. I've never seen an interception and a fumble just get, coach, you a coach, an interception and a fumble, a handoff by a quarterback being so forgot about and just, I just never seen a pick six be so protective in my life. Dylan Gabriel shouldn't have thrown that ball. It was a bad decision. It happens to all rookies. C.J. Stroud, first pass in the preseason when he was a rookie, it was an interception. You don't have to make excuses for this young man. The quarterback makes the decisions. And it's Dan Orlowski who talking about who had the most impressive start between Shador and Dylan Gabriel. He said, I thought, and listen, And it's okay. But I just didn't see it this way. He said, I thought, because I went back and watched it. I didn't watch it that night, but I had to go back and watch it because everybody done pissed me off. And then the young man to come out here running his mouth. I didn't like what he said. I just didn't like it. And I thought Dan Orlovsky on ESPN told me he thought Gabriel's tape was better. He threw some elite ball placement throws versus really tight coverage. The play action passing was big time. I was just really impressed. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all got to help me with this. Y'all got to call me off, talk me off the ledge if I'm wrong.
But I thought Gabriel's tape was better. And I think if you asked me, like, the reason why would be just through some like elite ball placement throws versus really, really tight coverage. There wasn't a ton given to him. And so, like, the efficiency with how he moved, the decision making, some of the ball placement, and how tight some of the hip-to-hip coverage was. I just was very impressed. The under-center play-action passing stuff was big time. Some of the stuff that he didn't do in college, he did at the NFL, the manipulation of the defenses. And so I'd push back on the interception thing. I know the interception got a lot of play over the weekend. At the end of the day, the quarterback is the person who has the ball with the final decision. No question. This interception happens a lot because of the lack of spacing. I think the poor decision by the flat route runner kind of messes with the quarterback. So I really don't put that. He pulls his arms back right as the ball's passing him. So this is a lack of communication, but I don't put this on.
Are y'all hearing this stuff? These are the same people that said it was Lamar Jackson's fault for a drop, for somebody to drop a ball. When these guys these guys dropped 3 catchable balls for Shador. Did nobody say it? Drones. The same people talk about Lamar Jackson. They're talking about he's doing cartwheel to excuse they're going to excuse a pick 6. Y'all, the math ain't mathing. That's why I like math, because math ain't got no opinions. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I can't let little old Dylan Gabriel off the hook, man. It's not adding up to me, y'all. I can see now. Because all these conversations, maybe Dylan, hold up. Let me see let me show y'all something. Hold up. Let me show y'all what Dylan said. I'm going to give y'all the whole interview so y'all can know what the hell I'm talking about.
Coming courtesy of our Aditi Kinkawala.
Well, Dylan Gabriel, it's not quite as hot of a hot seat right over here with me, I'll tell you that. Your first NFL action. Did you have fun out there?
I did. It was a lot of fun, a lot of learning for sure. But all things you can take with you, and just a pleasure to go play with the guys. So.
Okay, let's start with a lot of learning. What do you feel you took away from this?
Yeah, just the little details. You got to continue to harp on it and just help each other out on that. But yeah, just that environment. You get out there, you get excited. You want to be aggressive, but you also got to be smart at the same time.
What are you most proud of in this moment? I know you have to watch the film, but right now in this moment, what are you most proud of?
Yeah, just the guys coming together, and we're continuing to make steps and find an identity of what we are. I think it's a process within the preseason. You're learning that. This being my first time, I'm going through it with a bunch of guys that are also going through it for the first time. So.
The reason I'm playing this, I'm playing the whole interview of what the lady. I'm not playing a sound bite. This is the whole interview. It's a 3-minute interview, but I want y'all to hear it, and I don't want y'all to be going off on sound bites. Listen to the whole interview. Watch this.
We're learning together, we're growing together, and we got a bunch of vets that got a clear vision of what we want to do.
That long, methodical first drive, not doing anything more than what the defense is giving you. Is that exactly how you scripted it?
I mean, maybe in the openers, we got through all our openers, so that's a positive. But I think just executing at a high level, we want to do that consistently. I think everyone, all 11, we're doing that. Just want to continue to create consistency for everyone.
We saw the leadership on the sideline immediately, the way you're talking to your wide receivers, your running backs. Why is that such an important part of who you are in your game?
Yeah, you got to talk. A quarterback's got to talk to each other, his teammates. It's part of the position, but it's also just who I am down to my core. Want to do it with people that I genuinely like and have fun doing it with. So we try to do that. We're growing that. Still, just a short amount of time together, but we're trying to grow that as we go.
You gave us some fabulous wisdom on how you.
This is important. This is important. I'm gonna go back a step. She gonna say you gave us some fabulous wisdom. This was another interview, but you got to listen to it closely.
Want to do it with people that I genuinely like and have fun doing it with. So we try to do that. We're growing that. Still, just a short amount of time together, but we're trying to grow that as we go.
You gave us some fabulous wisdom on how you tune out the noise and you don't let it infiltrate yourself. Will you share that with everybody at home?
Yeah, I think it's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something that I'll get used to. And
he could have just said thank you.
Just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
I'll let you go since you're calling me out on that right there. But we have picked up a few Hawaii.
See, she said he calling them, she talking about the press. People, see, this clarifies, she said you're calling me out. She's a member of the press. But he still shouldn't have said it. All he had to do is say thank you, because people are going to think that's what he said. It don't matter if she asks you. You don't ask the same players the same question. No, you never do that. That's journalism 101. You never ask the same. But y'all, I want y'all to go back. I want y'all to hear something, because I just heard something. Watch this.
And that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something that I'll get used to. Just a short amount of time together, but we're trying to grow that as we go.
You gave us some fabulous wisdom on how you tune out the noise.
You gave us, not now, the other day they gave him, they had a press conference, and she said you gave us some incredible wisdom on how you tune out the noise. And all he had to do is say thank you.
You don't let it infiltrate yourself. Will you share that with everybody at home?
Yeah, I think it's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team.
We're doing this interview during the game, something I got to get used to. This entertainment part of it.
Can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
I'll let you go since you're calling me out on that right there. But we have picked up a few Hawaii affiliates, Dylan, because of you. Another thing we talked about at length.
See, I'm glad Eric is realizing what happened, because Eric probably went off on these people. Eric, you notice how I waited and waited? I mentioned Dylan Gabriel yesterday, but but I'm smart enough that I know the sound bites will kill you. People have spliced some of the stuff that I said on this show, right? Without the context, and go run with it. But I'm going to get back to all of this in just a second. Because I want to wrap this thing up. I just want you to think about it, because I thought about some stuff overnight. But before I go anywhere, I got a number that I want you to call. Where is my girl? There she go. Where she go? Right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce some and give some of them that already know who she is. Miss Carla Gigliardo. uh, family nurse practitioner that is so bad in this game of beauty and health. Let me tell you something. She she specializes in all kind of non-surgical things to help you, your health in your body, hair restoration, PRP, or regenerative therapy for stimulating hair growth. She got laser hair removal from your back, your chest, your shoulders, and your neck and your face. She is the Michael Jordan of that industry. And I can't. She got this thing called Cabela, a fat dissolver for the double chin people, your jawline contour, and it destroys the fat cells. She got this weight loss program, weight loss injectables, semaglutide and tirzepatide. They call it a super slim shot. I mean, she got the IV therapy for energy, immunity, anti-aging support, skin brightening, vitamin B shots. She is the Michael Jordan of this industry. Ladies and men, call her 832-446-3206. You can give a party. Let's say you host a party, and you get discounts when you host a party. Y'all get free wine and everything. And go over there and say, let's gather a group of people. Let's go get beautified and get our health right. But shout out to her, and glad to just be around a service and understand there's some services out there like this. A lot of people don't even know. So shout out to Carla and her team, and y'all go out and call her and say, Carla, Robert gave me some things, but what all you offer? She might offer some stuff that I haven't mentioned, but let's get to that. And I appreciate y'all. And what else we got? I'm gonna take and I'm gonna talk about. And I'm gonna get back to the Shadua situation. I ain't going nowhere. I feel it called my guy. Hey, what's up, baby? What's up, Rick? And also I got something. Hold up, y'all. I ain't through. I'm not done. I'm not. This is the time of day that I like to give y'all something. Have anybody tried to write? Hold on. Let me look. Let me look myself. Let me see. You know. I'm gonna go by myself. Let me see if this offer still exists. Watch this. I'm gonna go because they gave it to me a while back, and while the season was going on, and just one moment, see if you're a real fan. Huh? Okay. Accept the cookies. Okay. You put your code in there. Yes, it's still working, y'all. You put your code in there. Put that code in there. Hold up. Let's see. N-E-L, N-E-L, wait a minute, N-E-P, P-L. No Excuses Pro League, 25, 26. These discounted tickets, what? They still discounted, y'all. And you can get anybody. $25 in the upper level and $55 in the lower level. Ladies and gentlemen, I put that information up there. It's still possible for y'all to get. I didn't think it was, but I'm glad it's gonna be that night. It's gonna be Toyota. It's a group night. You can't get but 6 tickets at a time. Y'all, Kevin Durant, man, I'm telling y'all, man, these people gonna buy these tickets, and y'all better get y'all some of these tickets, and y'all get them for discount price. I just looked it up myself. Go to that QR code. Go to it immediately. Go later whenever you can get a chance. But you got to put that thing in there at the bottom. The Nepl 25, 26, and you in the building. I just did it myself. Hey, Chop Shop, this is what we do. This is what we do, Sonya. Sonya laughing. Son, it's really hard to focus on sports when our elected officials are being held hostage in a state trying to represent their constituencies. How are we going to support them? I like that, Sonya. I like that, Sonya. Sonya. Girl, I love you. I love you. Sonya, how are we going to help them? Sonya, I want you to remember something. In politics, there's no permanent friends. There's no permanent enemies. There's only permanent interests. Sonya, those elected officials are not your friends. Okay? They're not your friends. They're tools that we used. They're not your friends. They're tools that we use to get the things that we want. What they're doing now is politics. Ain't nobody doing nothing to them. What we should have did is not vote that clown out, vote them two clowns out. That's how you support them. They understand the risk that they took. They understood everything was going when they didn't come and convene. They understand the risk. They're politicians. I don't feel sorry for them, Sonya. That's their job. They better learn how to politic around it because we put them and voted and put them in positions. That other side know how to work. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to go here. Thank you, Sonya. I love you. Thank you. So everybody, you talking about this, and everybody talking about Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel. A guy told me he didn't know who Peter Thiel was until I told him. One of the most dangerous people on the planet, and you don't even know who he is. This just for you, Sonya. No, you good. You good. Sonya, this is just what you are. Sonya, I'm going to show you what you're up against, baby girl. How are we going to support them? Okay? Notice, I got off of sports. And I'm finna give you something. But nobody is talking about Rock Ridge. And that's the way they want it. Have anybody, if you can Google it now, but have anybody heard of it before I just mentioned it to them? Because a lot of people didn't know nothing about the 2025 project until I told them about it. I'm finna give you something else. Rock Ridge. Sonya, I hope you're still here. So let me break it down so you'll actually know what it is. When you get to talking about, Robert, how are we going to support them? That's what you won't know, right? Rock Ridge isn't a campaign. It's not a think tank. It's not even a PAC, a political action committee. It's a privileged club of billionaires. From tech bros to old money donors who are building political projects. How are we going to support them? We got to build political projects. Watch this. The same way that Silicon Valley is building startup companies, you pay a buy-in anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million per year. And what you're really getting, you're buying is a seat at the table where right-wing America get planned out in real time. So who's behind it, Robert? This thing was founded in 2019 by J.D. Vance. I tried to tell y'all he was being bankrolled by this rich clown. Yes, the vice president and Chris Buchert, who was a MAGA media guy. But the brains of this whole bankroll is Peter Thiel, the Mercer family, the Winklevoss twins. If you ever watched the Mark Zuckerberg fighting what's the network, the two twins that he beat out of, you know, they paying the money. Mark Zuckerberg, you had to fight against the two twins that went to Harvard. Them, it's an exact mix of all these people. And what do you expect? Tech libertarians who hate government, hedge fund families who hate taxes, and cultural warriors who hate diversity. That's why the DEI is being shot down. They fund media outlets. So conservative talking points drowned out everything else on your feed. So all you listening to is what they putting out there. They build they build up a shadow transition team. They already have teams ready to literally ready to go govern. They got ready to go governments stacked with people so the Republicans can win. And you talking about how we going to support them? They flood D.C. with operatives. They use lawfare, suing universities. They wanted to sue Harvard, they wanted to sue Columbia, they wanted to sue anybody, and journalists, anybody that talks against them, anybody who threatens their narrative, Sonia. And they bankroll down ballot races. Know what I'm talking about? Like these state senators this here, the red states, the sheriffs, the judges, the school boards, they bankroll them because they know the power does not just live in the White House. Why does this matter? Because y'all looking at Trump. He's just a circus act. I've been telling y'all this for years. Rockbridge is the infrastructure. They don't care if it's Trump, DeSantis, Vance, some other puppet. They don't care. They are building a machinery that outlives every single politician. They meet twice a year at these secret retreats in Palm Beach and D.C. and international locations. And what comes out of these meetings? The lawsuits, the campaigns, the talking points that you were going to see 6 months later. Oh, yeah. Rockbridge is a lab where they are engineering the future of right ring power. And while they're all distracted by Trump, they are busy setting up a playbook for the next 20 years. And you want to ask me, how are we going to support it? They ain't been held hostage. They knew the only way. They doing this for your sake. They know that the only way they are not going to let these people gerrymander these districts. So if it can't be law if they don't show up. They're not being held hostage. They just, because anytime they come back, the dude gonna convene and they're gonna have to vote. So that's a political quagmire that they into. Only thing we can do, Sonia, is vote. These people know how important it is. They taking over the sheriff's department, the school boards. That's what's going on. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know what you can do. But folks, I tried to tell y'all. With the disrespectful butt. When they was putting this Joe and the hoe must go. We had some people that we know believed in that. I'm not voting for her. She got a white man. I'm not voting. She done locked us up. I ain't you. Who she lock up? I mentioned the 2025 project. But they don't get to talking about it. People don't want to talk about it until what's her name? What's the girl name? Taraji P. Henson said it on BET, but I had said it months earlier. Yo, it's some powerful stuff. We got to build our own rock bridge. We got, what I tell y'all, we got to have our own 2028 project. These people are planning on us. Y'all, this has been a plan all the time. They knew they was going to do. And guess what? They got the backing of who? The Supreme Court. Why? Because Trump then loaded the Supreme Court with 3 people going to do whatever that party says. And those people, lock her up, talking about Hillary. Ain't this Hillary? Hillary wasn't going to hire them 3 sorry-ass judges. Y'all, this is the combination of things that we just didn't do and we had the power to. Listen, it's too many black people that did not vote. And too many black people, well, I'm thinking for Trump because I got a couple of dollars. He's going to help my bank account. How is that help your ass out? Then we had the other people who think, well, he like us. He really like us because we ain't black. But he finna send your ass to alligator Alcatraz. This is what we up against, Sonia. And it saddens me. But I had to go and talk about Dylan Gabriel to keep my mind off it. Because I got to get enough of us to start doing something about it. I gave more to this campaign of Kamala Harris, of my time and my resources and my money on this campaign than I did for Barack. Because I knew what was at stake. So, let me get back to where was I at, because I got some other stuff that I want to share with y'all. But thank you, Sonia. Girl, you know you get me to preaching. Get me to. But I got some stuff for you. Got some more stuff. Labor Day Classic is upon us. Hit that like button if you're on YouTube. But the Labor Day Classic is upon us, and I'm trying to you get single game tickets. You call this number on the whatever soon. It's on Labor Day. The Labor Day Classic. TSU versus Prairie View Classic. You need a ticket, 713-313-7811. Kevin Allen at tsu.edu. There's some great things happening at TSU on the 23rd of this month. The 23rd of this month, that Johnny Jones is having an elite camp. What else you got? Let me see. The Johnny Jones elite camp is here. It's filling up fast. Reserve your spot. August 23rd, and $75 for this camp. Texas Southern University, the Rec Center. When you come here, y'all got to, it's an elite camp. So when you come here, you got to be ready to perform. Them coaches are watching for players. That's their job. They ain't doing this like somebody. Hold on, coach. You know, people got a misnomer about elite camp, and somebody sent me this. Y'all, let me. It's another coach right here. Watch this.
I'm defending all college coaches when I talk about this. If you think that college prospect and elite camps are money grabs, watch this. Too many people out here throwing out around that word and they don't even know what it means. A real money grab is when someone overpromises you something, sells you a dream, and then underdelivers every single time. I've had people say, like, Coach, you're misleading people talking about the college elite camps. I will do a whole video on who really is misleading people out here, but we'll stick to this video. Let's stay focused. Some of the same trainers calling camps a money grab, they're part of the culture they're criticizing. They take your money, they overpromise, they underdevelop, but for them, it's okay. I'm a Division I coach. I actually run, organize, and operate these camps. Most of the people giving you advice have not. And here's what a real college prospect or elite camp actually is. There are going to be kids at the event that we are already recruiting. There will be kids who have no business being in the gym. And there will be kids we've never heard of who will leave on our radar. This is not a camp for your offers. This is a camp for you to get in front of college coaches. If you're not on an AAU team playing in front of college coaches consistently, this might be the best shot for you to be seen, period. And per NCAA rules, we can't turn away campers based on talent. The only restrictions are age, gender, and the number of campers. So if you believe you can play, pull up. Stop letting people convince you it's a money grab just because their training hasn't gotten you where they want you to be. Truth is, some of these dudes training y'all want 100% credit for your recruitment. That's the real reason they're advising you the way they are. Will you get offered? Maybe, but probably not. You got to be ready for your moment and make the coaches see you. The gym, the staff, and the stage, that's real. But I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. Basketball specifically, but athletics is not an equal opportunity sport. If you don't have that dog in you to take someone's spot, you need to find another sport. This is not the one for you. That's not negativity. That's wisdom. I'm trying to save some of y'all time and money. The basketball community also needs more humility. You won't always play your best. You won't always coach your best. You won't always feel your best or perform your best. But you do have to be honest with your evaluation of yourself. Improve it, grow. Too many coaches, trainers, and players out here think they're God's gift to basketball, but they stop working to get better, and now the workers have passed you by. If you have a bad performance, work so hard that it never happens again, or quit. But if you really love this game, quitting's not even an option. Camps don't make players. They expose who's been working and who has not. So before you call it a money grab or listen to someone that calls it a money grab, ask yourself, did they overpromise and underdeliver, or did I underprepare and underperform? If you're serious about this game.
Now let me get back. When you go to these camps, have high energy, high competition gonna be there. Expect high expectation. This is where the real players come to work. I've been saying that every time I said this on this thing. You can contact Charles.Hurd, Hurd, at tsu.edu for any extra details. Ain't no way in the world y'all shouldn't be in this camp. Ain't no way in the world. Johnny Jones get a chance to see you? He don't come out that often now. Sharon Chapman get to see you? Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I ain't think about it. That young man, I didn't think about the money grab thing. He just made me think about that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not but 2 women, 353 Division I universities on the planet Earth. TSU is one of them. Rice is one of them. U of H is one of them. All 3 of them in the same city. Let's say each one of them has only 13 players. Let's use 13. 13. Let's use 15. Let's say they can have 15 players. That's 45 players gonna play for them 3. What happened to the other 100,000 of players is going to come out of high school. You got to go find somewhere else. All of these coaches, that's why I was so proud of our community for showing up all of these elite camps. Yo, this stuff is real. If you want to play this, see, everybody, y'all got to realize, I'm okay. Basketball is a great game. In high school, you ain't got to go to college. You ain't got to be great. But being on the basketball team, a football team, being on a sports team, teach you so many valuable things in life. Leadership, teamwork, everything that you're going to do, even if wherever you go get a job. It's a young man that I just found out the other day when I saw him, son, he did all that stuff for his son. Son went out to college, went 1 year. Now the kid want to come back and work at a job. That's okay. Basketball ain't for everybody for no career. This thing is hard, man. That's why you when y'all be out here calling, oh, he's sorry. Man, what? No, sir. No. You got to be the best of the best when you play this game, man. What else I had for y'all? It's something I got a couple more for you. Oh, look. I had something for the guys, right? Let's not forget the girls. You think Robert Hatter ain't gonna have nothing for the girls? Y'all got to be out y'all mind. What my girls? What y'all do to my girls today? On that same day, on the 23rd, Trey Phillips is putting on the bragging rights for the girls. 2025, girls who just graduated to 2027. It's gonna be an individual showcase. $70. Go to this site, a QR code, and go to this site. Register or register at HoustonDreamElite.com. On that Saturday, listen, college coaches and media gonna be in the building. And if you're 25, if you show up in the 25 class, if you good enough, you're going to be offered on the spot. So you better be ready to roll. Because school has started. If I was a 25 that ain't got no college, I'm showing up in there wreaking havoc. I don't care how many I don't care how many scholarships they offer. I'm getting one. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. I talk about the men, we talk about the women. We talk about the girls now. Talk about the boys, we talk about the boys. Opportunities on the same day in the same city to change their life. Don't y'all let these people talk y'all out of this. Don't you let nobody talk you. I ain't going to no rock on the wood. Don't you let these people call. It's an opportunity for you to go play basketball, man. That's all. The game you're supposed to love. Shout out to Trey Phillips and that crew, man, for putting on this stuff. It's people putting on this stuff for y'all. We got to support it. What else I got? Before I get back. I don't play. I gave you the Rocket tickets. I gave you the Labor Day Classic. Told you about Miss Carla Giuliano. Told you about Trey's camp and Johnny Jones Elite camp. Yes. Now I can get back. You know what I'm proud about, Sonya? I hadn't studied it the way I wanted to, but I saw this record class of students coming in Alabama A&M, Alabama A&M, and all across the country. It's an upsurge of students enrolling in the HBCUs. I haven't been talking about it, and it looks like this generation's is not falling for the anti-HBCU propaganda. Every year, enrollment been going up. We up now. So proud of our universities building more housing, supporting the applicants. They're safer at HBCUs. I had to give you that one. Got to give you that. So let me get back. Hey, Rob, I spoke to head coach that knows you. We going to visit him this weekend. See there? See there? Shout out to Trey Phillips. Y'all right? Hold up. This is for Trey Phillips right here. You right. Thank you, man. Man, I be appreciating when guys like that do stuff for us, man. We got to support it, though. Every young girl needs to be at that place. You got time. If you're planning on playing college basketball, because that man there know every college coach around. Or if you just want to come get some run. But if I was one of them 2025s, what? I'm in the gym. I'm shooting free throws. I'm shooting three. Whatever I do, I'm honing my game. Because on the 23rd, somebody's job going to get took. Yo, that's what sports about, man. It ain't about you being mad at nobody. It should be just about, man, somebody's job going to get took when I walk in the gym. What's up, Jimmy? Jim, I'm just talking about competition, man. Trey Phillips giving a camp. Johnny Jones got a league camp going on. That's the first one he done gave. And people, Jimmy, you know, I just hope our young people are taking advantage of these opportunities. Jimmy, it ain't but 353 Division I coaches, schools, right? In the whole world. TSU is one of them. Johnny Jones is coached everywhere. Him and Sharon Chapman know everybody. Hey, let me tell y'all something. I seen firsthand that what's your favorite word? Today's assistants are tomorrow's head coaches. I saw it happening in real time. You know, sometimes people say something, but when I see it happening in real time, how a guy was the assistant coach can recommend a kid all he wants to. The head coach don't want him. Ain't nothing you can do, Jimmy, right? But soon as you go get you a head job, the first guy you sign is that kid. Dude, let me tell y'all something. That's the first time it ever happened like that right in front of my face. Like, Robert, I'm finna give you an example. That stuff Jimmy been talking about, it's true. Happened right there in my face. In real time, y'all. I never forget that. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life, how that thing happened with Quantas White. But what's up, man? What you got today?
Oh man, shoot, what we talking about, man? We promised we was gonna give everybody part 2 from coming and staying the conversation from Rucker on Wood, the Open Gym Series that annually takes place in Houston. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of traction on social media has been going on, that means people around the country are taking notice and they know what Rucker on Wood is. But I want to add a public service announcement into that. As we move forward, guys, Rucker is Rucker on Wood, not Ruckers on Wood. There's no S. It's not plural. In case you understand how the name transpired, roughly about 15 years ago, well, we've been doing it, man, since 2001, but about 15 years ago, when the name, I guess, hit a point on the East Coast, we named this thing Rucker on Wood after the famous Rucker Park in New York. This is the closest, because this would be based on the temperatures in the summertime in Houston. This is probably the closest that you would get multitude of talent, of high school talent under the same roof or on the court at the same time. You're not going to get them to go to, they're not going to Emancipation Park. They're not going to go to McGregor Park. They're not going to go to Moody Park or Tidwell Park or Love Park. They're not going. So we kind of gave, because at the time, the N1 mixtape series was so popular, right? So N1 was popular, and that means that Rucker Park was popular. Then right shortly before then, we had Skip to Malou. Ray for Austin was with the Rockets, and as he traveled, so that means it was a good, perfect type of spin. And we rock on wood. So here's what happened about 15 years ago. We got contacted by the administrators who operate the Rucker League, Rucker Park, and that Rucker Entertainment League and all that. And they contacted us with a cease and desist. Like, in other words, after we met and we talked, and I explained to them, look, this ain't, we're not going after y'all. We actually was honoring Rucker Park with this name. This was paying homage because kids from Houston probably would never get a chance to see that. So this was kind of like hey, props to y'all. And after the conversation, that it went so well, before we got off the phone, one of those guys had agreed to fly down to Houston and check out the Rucker on Wood that particular year. He came, was marveled, and it just so happens, remember N1, that's how they came into play. It just so happened that Houston Rockets had signed a young player who had been signed by N1. And all that stuff had connected. The guy came, and next thing you know, he was like, man, we love this. It was at Fallbrook Church that particular year. The ambiance was electric, and he went, and next thing you know, they agreed to make some uniforms. They agreed to support it, give T-shirts to the volunteers from N1. Those uniforms are some of the best uniforms I've ever seen, because to this day, not a single uniform has peeled, messed up. They're still in existence. We still utilize those uniforms. That's pretty much how Rucker on Wood, when it took its turn upward. And now here we are, still going. Want to definitely give a shout out to the 2028 champions. Now, you left right when the 2028 session was getting off the ground, and I'm gonna tell you, boy, they was going after it too. They kept the energy going, man. Them sophomores kept energy going, and we touched on this a little bit yesterday, but I give our applaud to some of these young fellas to their names, and we got Tucker Shannon, right? And Tucker Shannon is one of the championship team. He's a guard from Straight Jesuit. How about that? How often you think the kid from Straight Jesuit High School is gonna get a chance to play with all these?
No, Jimmy, straight they play in the district. They play in the district. What are you talking about?
I say get to play with all of these guys like this in the same room.
Okay, I got you. Okay, not on this team, away from his team.
On his team. No, yeah, in the building.
Okay, I got you.
With no coach,
right?
Per se. Okay. So shout out to young fella Tucker Shannon, Sergio Cabrera. Sergio Cabrera he might have been one of the shortest guys in the building. He goes to Bridgeland High School. I like Sergio. Of course, he can't do nothing about his height, but what he can do, he can make people remember that name. Sergio, we don't know how tall he's going to be or how tall he's not going to be, but it's very, very difficult for sub 6 foot guards to make it. And
what was good about it? What was good about it?
Hey, man, he took care of that ball. He stuff is moving fast. Took care of the ball. He communicated with his guys. And he knew where to get to, and he hit the game-winning shot that won the thing. It was game winner in overtime. That's championship game win overtime. So my overtime rules is not by clock. If you're in pool play, the first basket wins. But in bracket play, whoever makes 2 baskets win. It don't matter how many points. Whoever makes 2 baskets win. So that means, however you want to look at it, at least 4 points past the regulation score. So I like Sergio. So we'll see how see how he goes with Bridgeland as we move forward. Another guy on that championship team is Marcos Arencibia. Marcos Arencibia, right? Now Marcos goes to Hastings High School. He's a guard about 6 foot tall. Shout out to that young man for his contributions at Rucker on Wood. Next up on that winning team, we have Deshaun Crawford. Deshaun Crawford, Brazerswood High School. That's one of the least publicized schools in all of Greater Houston. Hastings as well right now. There's the days of BJ Holmes and Larry Davis, those days are gone. Hastings, one has came every now and then. So those schools don't get the exposure as in yesteryear. So for a young man like him, it's a smart move, a very smart move to come out and participate in Rucker on Wood. That's the good thing about it, because otherwise you got to get it way deep out of the mud in order to make it happen. So shout out to that young fella. Next up on that winning team, that's in the 10th grade session, we had Clifton Jones. Now, Clifton Jones, he goes to Klein Oak High School, 6'3". Let me tell you something about Klein Oak. Klein Oak is going to compete and probably going to win first place in that district this year. Klein Oak, not this year, but in the next 2 years, within the next 2 years, that team is going to make it to the regional tournament, to the regional finals on Region 2. Hey, I'm telling you right now, they got a lot of good youngsters over there, a heap of them. And this young fella right here is one of them, and that's Clifton Jones. Remember that name. Also on the winning team, we have Tanique Henry. Tanique, like Dominique, we got Tanique. Tanique Henry, he goes to Cy Park High School, right? He's a guard. Cypress Park High School. They're going to be talented, and in the next 2, they're talented right now. They're good right now. They could and should come and finish in first place in their respective district this year. And they will compete for and possibly get to the regional finals within the next 2 years of Region 3. As we wind down the names, we have 2 more. Devin Peters, right? Devin Peters goes to Mickey Leland High School. Hey, I like Devin Peters. You know what he did? It worked to his advantage. Often in this type of setting in an open gym, you have guys that's going to the physicality. Remember, the referees wasn't calling tic-tac types of fouls. So this young fella, and I'm talking about Devin Peters, he's strong. He used a form of bully ball against opponents. And that's one of the things that we can measure certain players from. Not everybody. Everybody don't, some guys are finesse. They don't get off on all that. But one thing about it is that the bully ball worked to his advantage, and it enabled him to kind of intimidate some players. One time we thought it was going to always be guys going to took hands, and I applaud some of those young men who had the composure to try to just solve the problem the other way. You don't have to just because a guy pushes you down or gets a little bit too physical, you find a way to get inside his head and make it work. It just didn't work in everybody's favor this time. It worked in as it did for Devin Peters. So that's the thing. However, Devin Peters, as long as you're winning, people's going to tolerate it. But in a minute, that the style of play starts to turn against you, then people might not receive it as well. But you did well. I give you applaud for that environment. Good for you on that. I like that. Also, last but not least, is Big Ephraim Moore. Big Ephraim Moore from Beaumont United High School, and he's probably the arguably right now one of the best prospects in the area for his sophomores, for his front court sophomores, probably the best right now. Now, he came all the way from Beaumont. We spoke on that yesterday, and he performed, and he didn't disappoint. Team got a check. Team didn't lose a game. So shout out to Big Ephraim. Shout out to his parents, and I said yesterday, for taking out the time to bring him down there. And that was the championship team. Now, the team that came in second, that finished in second place, they lost in overtime. They both was winners to me. It's not about, I mean, come on, it's open gym. You feel, I guess, gratified to win, and that but they went all out in that championship game. Maverick Curl Okafor. I like what I saw with Maverick. The kid played at Manville High School last year. He's transferred to Kincaid. And Kincaid, I'm not sure. I want to say Rashard Lewis' son is transferred to Kincaid, is at Kincaid. So that means they have a young foundation over there to keep an eye on. Remember, Kincaid doesn't play in the SPC, which it's only about maybe a dozen schools statewide that compete for their rendition of a state championship. But keep an eye on Kincaid, and I think your tax dollars went toward Kincaid at one point in time.
Well, my tax dollar, not tax dollar, my money. Ain't had shit to do with no tax.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with no taxes.
But Kincaid is going to be, they're going to be special over there. Keep an eye on with good young talent. Also over there, Larry Butler. In case you didn't know, Maverick Curl Okafor wore number 96. Larry Butler wore number 98. You're talking about young talent? Man, don't you guys dare sleep on Booker T. Washington. I'm telling you. Booker T. Washington got a new coach, Jermaine Bird. His brother, Haller, you might remember his brother back from the Pro-Am days. His name was Willie Bird. Had the red hair.
Bird, he played at U of H.
Yes, Willie Bird. That's just his little brother, Jermaine Bird.
Okay.
Jermaine Bird is now he's a young fella. He's been granted the title as head boys coach at Booker T. Washington High School.
Oh, that's good.
He was there. He was watching, which is cool, man. To see those high school coaches.
If we're gonna give him, Greg Wise was there last Sunday. It was Sunday too.
Greg Wise was there as well, and they're not the only high school head coaches that were there.
Right.
But we take out the time to applaud these high school coaches as you guys take out the time to share the show. You new timers, you just go, if you're watching on the Facebook feed, go over to the bottom right. If you're on the computer screen, you'll see an arrow. Hit that arrow, and you'll share the show. This is that time. Let's get that way some of your followers can get introduced to the Chop Shop. If you're on the YouTube, you hit the share button, give us a thumbs up, right? First, then hit the share button on the YouTube and take it to your social media platform, Twitter, or whatever it may be. Now, back to the high school coaches. If I'm going to spit off a few of the schools that were represented in the building with their head coaches, or that I saw, or that the staff saw, and we mentioned Greg Wise from Yates. We mentioned Jermaine Bird from Booker T. Washington. That's two that were there. Anthony Stevens was in the building, right, from Grand Oaks High School. Shout out to him, right? recently, the recent head coach from C. King High School, Damian Mobley. He's been reassigned, but he was in the building watching not only his relative, but watching a couple of the other C. King kids who was up on his program last year. So he still gets applaud for that, and shout out to him for coming out. Some guys would be embarrassed and not want to come out. They want to just stay at home, man. I don't feel like he came in there, and guess what? I took out the moment, how you remember now, C. King, talking about young people. That 9th grade class, which is sophomores right now, from C. King, that's the team that won the the 9th grade fall championships last October. They had never received their plaque. I bought the plaque and personally presented it to Damian Mobley for a job well done with those 9th graders at C. King High School. Shout out to him. Trent Olivier, Iowa Colony High School. Thanks for coming out, brother, and watching and supporting your players. Danny Russell from Friendswood High School. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming out and supporting the Friendswood players. We hope to see more Friendswood players this Sunday at the 11th and 12th grade session as well. Shout out to Ronald Wells, who came out. Ronald Wells is on the staff. I forgot what school he's at. He's one of the coaches in the public school system. Johnny Daniels from Baytown Sterling High School. That's a school that doesn't get much exposure. So programs, and I applaud coaches that's not afraid to rally his troops and help his kids get on this type of platform. Legacy, the School of Sports Science, their coaches were in the building. Shout out to them. I saw them. Any other coaches that I'm missing out that you saw?
I don't know. Man, I wish I had met all these coaches that they should coaches. When y'all see me and Jen, at least introduce yourself, because I'm serious. I did not know anything. I don't know none of them guys but Greg Wise. So I would just wish they had I want to shake their hand, because I didn't even think about the coaches, but because I just knew Greg. So that's the one that I saw. If I'd have saw, the coaches that I know, I didn't see Coach Woods in there. So that's certain coaches I know, but I don't know all of y'all. But when I see you in these buildings, man, at least man, I'm the coach. Who is the coach at Kincaid, Jim? Now.
It used to be the coach over at St. John's, right? So the coach from St. John's, now, remember, he left St. John's last year, and now he's at Kincaid. And what's the coach name? I'm gonna get it to you, I'm gonna get it to you in just a minute. Taylor Green. Taylor Green is the coach over at Kincaid.
Okay.
So shout out to coach. Like I said, it's a lot of coaches, man, that was in the building, and I want to recognize it, because what happens is people don't know, because people use that against you. Some of you coaches out there, man, coach will never support the kids. He'll never come out. So them coaches come out, and that's why we make it our obligation. If you are an active member of the Houston Area Basketball Coaches Association, you can come to our events for no cost at all. So we eliminate the excuse. You want to support your kids, we want to support you in your efforts to support your players. So shout out to you guys on that note. I mentioned Larry Butler from Booker T. What about Jeremiah Holly? Jeremiah Holly wore number 19 in those in that 10th grade session, and he goes to Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences.
So that's two. Legacy got two. It's cold.
Hey, you build it, they're gonna come. And this is a new era with a new coach.
What's the coach? So that coach was there. I wish I had met him too.
Yeah,
so
they told me he was there, and so I didn't get a chance to meet Coach, but they told me he was there. So I'm taking the word of my people. So that's one thing. It's a good thing, man. And that's like, remember, session 2 is this Sunday, right? Players, and you can look on the front of rcssports.com, and you check the front of that website, and you will see a schedule, abbreviated schedule, right, of time, so you'll know probably what time, players know what time to be there. I think 2 o'clock they'll start arriving. We'll start putting them on teams about 3 o'clock, and balls will be in the air probably about 3:45, and we go from there. The 12th graders, they'll get there, start getting there whatever time it says on the website, about 5 o'clock, and balls are going there probably 45 minutes or so afterwards, and they start when we assemble the teams and all of that. It's a great, great, great evening of basketball. So I'm looking at some of the comments right now. There we go. Coach Chapman is the new skipper over at Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences.
Okay.
And I had a text message last night, and I just thought about it. I definitely want to read. I'll talk about a couple more 10th graders in a minute. But I want to share this text message, which was kind of it was humorous. And trying to see where it is, and it's from one of the fellows, one of the kids that we talked about yesterday, and we chopped up his name. Yeah, and
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't mean to. Charge it to my heart, not my head, not my heart.
Yeah, so I can't. There you go, right there. There you go. The kid that we chopped up the name. Remember, it was Jacob, right? I think it was on the 9th grade session, right? And we were talking about the championship team.
Okay.
And Jacob goes to Legacy, the School of Sports Science. He's about 6'3", right? And Jacob, his last name is pronounced Elwa. Elwa.
Elwa. Oh yeah, that's 25. I know.
Elloie. It's pronounced Elwa.
Elwa.
Like Wall Drive in Houston, Elwa.
Yeah, Elwa.
So they gave me the phonetic spelling. So like they do media, like that's you go to a ball game and you get the press packet and whatnot, the media guy.
Yeah, we do that. We do that.
They have the phonetic spellings of how you should pronounce certain names. So and guess what? I invite any and all relative to adopt that practice moving this day forward, because you never know who's watching. To this day, people still call Jay Lucas Jai. To this day, I hear people call him Jai Lucas because there's been nobody probably had the conscious effort to put a phonetic spelling by his, let people know it's pronounced this. So if you have a special type of pronunciation of your kid's name,
I like him.
No matter, I'm not talking about just my events. No, I'm talking about moving forward anywhere. Let the media people know this is how you pronounce his name before they chop it up, because they might get to talking on a podcast or on the internet, and they might like what they saw, and you want people to know how to pronounce your baby's name properly. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm with that. I like that. Thank you, Elwa. See, I got it. Elwa.
I wanted to get that out there. So shout out to little Jacob Elwa.
Jimmy, you notice what I said. He's number 25. Wait a minute, who was that next to me? Somebody on this feed, y'all know who y'all was next to me. And I said, that's the team that's going to win this whole thing. And I left. I said, that's the team. And they wind up winning. That team. Yeah.
It wasn't easy now. It wasn't easy.
I don't care. Jimmy, I don't care if it was easy or not. I didn't say it was going to be easy. He didn't say the road would be easy. But I don't believe he brought me this far to leave it.
And so we still have about 15 spots left in both sessions, 11th and 12th grades for this weekend, this Sunday. And if you have a varsity starter that's in 11th grade or the 12th grade and that may be interested in coming, just simply send an email, right, to jones@rcssports.com. Jones@rcs, then the word sports.com. Jones at rcssports.com. If you have, we got, and you know, a lot of people hadn't got nominated. So we got about 15 slots left in each one for this Sunday afternoon. That's Ruck on Wood. Also had some other players that caught, and I think Doug Jones might have put a list out. Oh, he put a list out of freshmen. Doug Jones comprised his Doug's dozen of 12 ninth graders who caught his eye at Rucker on Wood. I'm not going to spill the beans on that one right now because it's fresh red clay in the VIP news. You go in the VIP news, check those 12 players out, and hope you enjoy it. Meanwhile, I give you a couple of the 10th graders who caught my eye. In addition, I mentioned and named some of the ones that in the championship game. We mentioned them. So we not counting them. I like team number 2, number 52, Caden White from Sea King High School. Caden White, he has a chance to be the next big thing from out of Sea King High School. Remember, Sea King is a program, guys. I don't think you understand. Sea King has only had, I want to say, 2 players in the last 30 years that signed Division I directly out of that high school, while they were still students at Sea King High School. Put it like that, because you had a couple that went to prep schools, and then after that, we're talking about that signed the letter of intent for boys basketball. There's only been 2 that I know of in the past. I said 30 years, Hatter. I'm gonna say 35 years. One of them was Joseph Blair, who went to Arizona back in the early 90s. And the other one was with a kid in 2017. His name started with a C. He was about 6'5", went to I think he went to Murray State. Can't think of this kid's name. It'll come to me. You guys watching to help me out on that one. But that was the only 2 out of that school. That's amazing. Hell of amazing. Sea King. Ain't but 2 Division I signees in the last 35 years, unless I'm missing one that has snuck through in the last couple of years that I'm thinking about. Christian Thomas. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. 3. There we go. Christian Thomas. He just signed with Lamar. So he's in rare air. Christian Thomas, right? Then the kid from 2017, his name might have been Christian too. Now that I think about it, his name might have been Christian. Christian something. And then Joe Blair was the other one. That's it. I like what I saw, once again, from young Caden White. How about number 85 from Team 3, Iriolu Omason. Iriolu Omason, number 85. I like what I saw with that young fella. And let's see, what school? He's at Foster High School. He's 6 foot, listed at 6'7", right? And from that same team, we had number 65, Rashad Williams. He's from North Shore High School. He fared well. I like what I saw from him. Number 80, right? Kai. We need a phonetic spelling on that one right there, Haller. It's Kai. Kai Harris, right? And Harris goes to Clear Falls High School. He's 6'6", long drink of water, long and plays long. I like number 61, Peyton Lowe from Friendswood High School, 6'3". Friendswood is going to be really good this year, guys. I'm telling you. Watch out for them. I like number 66, Devin King. He's from Hightower, right? Like what I saw with Devin King. And, of course, number 53, Dylan Younger. Dylan Younger was treading the water, then all of a sudden that last game, That's why I tell you, it's hard when people watching because so many moving parts and so many things are going on. But guess what? This young man here, he too was at Manville High School last year on varsity. He transferred away. Maverick Curl left and went to Kincaid. Dylan Younger left, and he's going to Iowa Colony. No, I'm sorry. He's going to Crawford High School. He's at Crawford High School now. So remember, that band, that team that won the middle school city championships in the 7th grade, and then with Manville Middle School, that blew away the field in the 8th grade by duplicating that feat. Then they all went to the 9th grade to Manville High School. They all 5 starters played varsity in the 9th grade, and at least 3 of them has transferred away now for one reason or another. They didn't even give each other a chance. They didn't even give each other a chance. That was a state championship team had they remained together through 4 years. But things happen. I get it, guys. I understand. People move. People buy new homes. I get it. Whatever the case may be. So shout out to them. Somebody asked Jimmy, what you think about that Beaumont boy spin move?
That my Ephraim.
Ephraim. I mean, Ephraim.
He spin moved and dunked on somebody or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, he put him right in the rim. I mean, it wasn't a thunderous, but Ephraim is getting better. Ephraim came out of the middle school with a lot of expectations on him, and people put pressure on him. And guess what? He still averaged a double-double while he started varsity this past year. But Beaumont United, guys, you got to realize, high expectations down there. Well, he has help now, Alan.
I already know.
Yes, he definitely has help down there. And what's the young fella name?
Peyton.
Look it up. Now, Ontario Williams. Ontario Williams. Remember this. He's a late. Well, not a late bloomer. He's only going in the 10th grade now. He just didn't develop or doesn't have the frame like Ephraim Moore. He's more on the slenderish side, but he's 6'8". So they got 2 6'8" 10th graders at this public school named Beaumont United, who's been to the state tournament, 3 out of the last 5 years.
Green still coaching that team?
Yes.
Oh,
and he has Coleman, Coach Coleman as an assistant coach. So now you get Coach Coleman's son, if he's allotted to play, which they should, and you have a nice deck of cards to play, a hand to play with Beaumont United. Shout out to them.
So which team is Peyton Jones on?
Beaumont United. Beaumont United. Yeah.
Say no more.
Yeah.
And
Beaumont United, I'm
Jimmy, wait a minute. Somebody on the feed said Manville lost another freshman to St. Thomas Episcopal. I'm hearing a total of 4. What you mean? They done lost 4 people?
I said 3 a while ago. I projected they lost 3 from those freshmen, from that talented class of 2028.
Wow.
Right? Those guys won the city championship in the 7th grade and the 8th grade. And 5 of them played varsity. And my thing was, I guess, from what I understand, what I gathered and through the leaves on the trees, was that they put all 5 on varsity because in order to keep those 5 families happy.
And they still left.
And they still left because you didn't want to take one. That's why I always that does happen. That proves my theory better than true. When I tell you, sometimes the quicker that you let these people know, this kid right now, to me, he's better. He's my option 1. Instead of saying, well, we're going to go through all y'all, we're going to spread it around. No, this the dude right now. What's so hard about that? It's going to be a hard pill to swallow. Guess what? If they're going to leave you on day number 100, after all the work you're going to pour into them, you might as well go and keep it real with them and let their ass leave on day number 1. if that's the case.
Wow. Wow. The man started 5 freshmen, you said 4.
He had 5 freshmen on varsity.
On varsity.
And
So
a couple
all
of
of them
those
weren't going to be
freshmen
able to play.
A couple of them, exactly.
So
A
they
couple
got
of them
mad. Okay.
started.
Yeah.
A couple of those freshmen started. Remember, that's where Coach Bailey's son was in that group. Coach James Bailey, who's the assistant coach over at Manville.
Mm.
Coach Bailey's son, and he texted his son would have been at Rock on Wood. They wanted to make it so bad they had something and had to do something with the family out of town, and they couldn't make it. He texted me in advance. But yes, that other kid, thanks Doug Jones, that third Seed King Division I player. Remember, I said 3 Division I players from Seed King in 35 years. And I can really go past 35. I'm just saying since Joseph Blair was in like 1991. Hell, you might go 4 or 5 years before Joseph Blair.
But Joseph Blair, I thought he went to. Oh, you're right. You're right. Joe Blair. You're right. That's the one went to Arizona, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Joe Blair. Then Gilbert Thomas was the other kid name. Okay. I said.
I remember Gilbert Thomas.
Gilbert went to Murray State, and then now you have Christian Thomas that's going to Lamar. He's at Lamar University. So yeah, and Doug Jones say Beaumont Westbrook, breaking news, may have just received another transfer. Wow, that's defending state champion, Beaumont Westbrook. Remember, by speaking of Beaumont Westbrook, their coach, Michael Thomas, he published a book, this book right here, shortly after winning the state championship back in March. This book, it has it's a good read, about 230 pages. And the one thing about it, toward the end of the book, he speaks about all of the players, Alan. Every player and every coach, they have a page that he talks about them. So this is a memento for a lot of people, and he goes through the entire season, each game of the playoffs. He talks and takes you behind the curtain of this Beaumont Westbrook. And remember now, as he says on the back, he says, for the West Side, it's not just a slogan, it's our identity and theme, which we carry with pride and unity throughout the year. The idea of family and the 1-0 mentality were instilled in us during the offseason. Once we learned how to work together effectively, winning became a second nature. The West Side will forever be known as state champions. That's what I read from you verbatim from the back of this book. Check it out. It's on Amazon. It's titled For the West Side. For the West Side. And that's chapter 11, meaning that's how many teams that have won state championships collectively, regardless of sport, from Beaumont Westbrook High School. Shout out to you guys on that. So, man, anyway, it's you got anything out before we get ready to land this plane?
No, I'm good, man. I'm just glad. I'm just listening to the kids and writing down my little names of the kids that I didn't get a chance to see. And but that's it, man. That's it. Shoot, it's 2:00. we get out of here on time right now. But I appreciate.
Yeah, Ricky Scott.
How was the parents? Anybody? How were the parents in the 10th grade? How were their parents? Were the parents? Everybody
They were good. And okay. You know what? And I want to check. I don't remember the name. It's one young man, and I need to reach out on. Now that I'm thinking about it, Hal, I'm gonna tell you his name just a second. And so I'm looking down my list. Check this out. Hold on, Hal. Hold on. No, that's not him. That's not him. Man, I'm running. Name of 2 more names to check. That's not him. One of the young men, Doug Jones, you can help me with his name. There was one young man that got hurt in the championship game. And this young man, somebody told me that he's supposed to be a football player. And he was out at Rucker on Wood. He plays on the varsity football team. For guess which school, Al? North Shore High School. He's supposed to projected to be the starting cornerback, and was out at Ruck on Wood and suffered a leg injury. Our full certified medical trainer was right on top of it and put him. There we go. Doug just put the name up there. Rashard Williams. That's the name. Rashard Williams. And we hope that Rashard is doing well and that he's better, and check on him. Oh, there you go. I said starting cornerback. He's the starting safety. The starting safety.
Sorry, young fella. He'll recover. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
I think I want to say that's the intel that I was given.
Yeah.
Williams was number 65.
Wow.
So anyway, we'll check on that. I'm gonna check with my trainer, get the name, and we'll talk more. Give you guys an update on tomorrow. So, but for now, guys, it's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Tuesday, and we will see you guys. Make sure you share the show on your way out the door. Shout out to Chad Grove. He's back safely in Phoenix, Arizona, for coming out and playing his eyeballs on the talent in the Greater Houston area. Thanks for all you guys for tuning into the Chop Shop. Make sure, again, share the show on your way out the door. We'll see you guys on tomorrow. Women Rock Wednesday will be in full effect. And they say, I'm sorry. They say it was Preston Gillespie, the one got hurt.
No, that's another kid. That's somebody else.
That's somebody else?
Yeah.
Well, let me check with the trainer in just a second. I'll have the details for you guys tomorrow.
All right, I'm
out here, man.
Okay,
all right.